What's going on, guys? Archer here, welcome back to NerdView, and today we're going to break down some anime villains who might actually have been right, at least philosophically speaking. Anyway, I noticed that 97% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so let's fix that now. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, let's get into it. These first two are somewhat interconnected, even though they're from different shows, so let's get exploring. First up, we have Stain, the poisonous, sword-wielding villain from Boku no Hero Academia. Stain takes to the extreme of what is actually not a completely crazy philosophy. He believes the world is full of false heroes, those who pretend to selflessly serve to protect and support the public, when in actual fact they're glorified celebrities, merely cashing in checks for overly exaggerated superhero work. Think of Stain's issue with heroes similar to that of wealthy people who donate to charity in our world. The majority probably don't have an honest, true intent. They aren't being generous, really. They're purchasing their morality, attempting to satisfy both their conscience by sharing a minuscule amount of wealth, and beyond that, enhancing public perception of themselves with little to zero actual risk to themselves. Stain believes that's what false heroes are, and it's only worsened by the fact that the true heroes, who he believes to be All Might and Midoriya, are not properly accredited for genuine selfless and self-sacrificing heroics. He doesn't want their names tarnished by fake heroes, so will cut down all the false flags until only the genuine remain. It's an incredibly callous manifestation of his issue with society, but his actual belief isn't necessarily wrong. This brings me nicely to my second villain, Garo from One Punch Man Season 2. Now, Garo has several lines of dialogue through the latest season of One Punch Man, stating how heroes are all obsessed with superficial titles, hence his similarity with Stain from My Hero Academia. As if this is any indication of strength and worth, their titles. Their focus is misplaced, and instead of actually developing themselves and getting stronger, they're inflating their value with titles that the general populace idolize. Additionally, Garo doesn't like the discrimination towards monsters. It's not shown a whole lot in the One Punch Man anime, but non-humans, aka monsters, are ostracized and demonized regardless of whether their intent is violent or not. Garo recognized this even as a child and opted to defend monsters from it. He also didn't appreciate others celebrating a monster's defeat when they're incredibly outnumbered. In terms of raw battle ethics, he's disgusted by how heroes operate. They claim victory when the odds were stacked completely in their favor. He does not see any honor in a victory like that. Now, that's quite a serious undertone to the show, which involves quite a bit of inference, but the comedy of One Punch Man is only one layer of storytelling that I believe the writers intended. The final one for this video is kind of odd. It's Yagami Light from Death Note. He's both the protagonist and the villain of the series. In a world full of corruption and a failing justice system, Light decides with the Death Note that there are many things that are wrong that he can then right. His philosophy on redemption and punishment is similar to Marvel's Punisher. Some people are just inherently bad. They do bad shit, and there's no coming back from that. They deserve to be put down, and if someone else isn't going to do it, then they will. Now, just to clarify, I'm not saying all crimes should be punished by death, but there's definitely a point where you can somewhat confidently say that a person has forfeited their right to live, since they did so to so many other people. But I'd only deem this acceptable with overwhelming, irrefutable evidence. Anyway, Light fails to have the remorse or care to fully verify the legitimacy of these accused crimes. And he also becomes deluded and corrupted by power himself, which leads his judgment astray and to a sort of god complex, which is ultimately his downfall. So, he was almost there, but maybe not. So yeah, there's a few anime villains that were actually right, at least in part. Let me know what you think I missed out in the comments, or if you disagree with my evaluations entirely. I've been Archer, subscribe to NerdView, and I'll see you all tomorrow.